All right, everyone, so welcome. And let's begin today as we usually do. So just finding a relatively comfortable seat on your mat. And then you can go ahead and close your eyes. So closing your eyes, sitting tall, and just taking this opportunity to let go of any kind of striving, efforting, just for now, and just allowing your attention to free itself of any kind of goals or ambition, and making it available to whatever it is that's arising in this moment, whether it's a sense perception or a thought or an emotion. And just really soaking up whatever that experience is, the experience of this moment. And a key element to doing this is setting aside our judgments, and again, our, you might say, goals. These things actually prevent us from really experiencing what is. Now, from this open, spacious awareness, we can notice that we're breathing already. And we can begin to deepen our breath. So we inhale, we fill the belly, ribs, and then upper chest. And as we exhale, we just reverse that. And that's a technique called Dirga, or three-part yogic breathing. Now, once you've established that three-part breath as best as you can, we will begin to add a soft ocean sound or hissing sound at the throat. So the technique is essentially like fogging a mirror, but keeping your mouth closed and breathing in and out through the nose. Sounds a little bit like this. Now, if you're new to these techniques, they may take some practice and effort to get them to the point where you can do them consistently throughout the class. But just recognize that these are some of the most important techniques in the entire class today. So if you need to take a break from a posture and take a child pose or just rest for a moment to re-engage the breathing techniques, please do that at any point in time, because it really is very important. Continuing with the breathing, let's exhale forward into a tabletop position, and we'll begin warming up the spine. Inhale, tailbone lifts, belly drops, crown of the head comes up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, round the back, crown of the head down, and just gently moving the spine back and forth a few times. Good. From there, we come back to neutral, bringing the knees to touch, Take a nice deep breath and exhale, drop the hips to one side, look over the opposite shoulder. Inhale center, exhale to the other side. Try and stretch the outside of your hip and your waist a bit as you do this. Maybe even the shoulder. And then coming back to neutral, bringing the hands together in the center of the mat. Inhale the right arm up, follow with your gaze. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the left arm up. And so just going side to side, twisting the spine. You may even hear your back crack a little bit as you do this. Good, coming back to neutral. We tuck those toes, lift the hips, and come up and back into a downward dog. And just spending some time loosening up the joints in your feet, ankles, knees, hips, and the muscles in your legs. And once you feel you've done that, coming into your full downward dog posture. So the hands shoulder width, fingers spread wide, index fingers parallel, and the knuckles, the pads under the knuckles firmly planted in the ground. Feet hip distance and heels reaching toward the ground. Now let's check back in with our breathing and make sure the breath is still deep, rhythmic, and slow. With the next exhale, we walk our feet to our hands, coming into a ragdoll. Grab the opposite elbow there, nod and shake your head a few times. Let the hips sway and the knees bend. And with arms relaxed on inhale, just gradually roll yourself up to standing, stacking ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels. This is a good time to check in and make sure you're not holding unnecessary tension in your face, your jaw, your shoulders. Just let these areas relax. Now with the feet touching, we inhale the arms up, touch palms, and lift the heart, extending from the pubic bone through the chin. But if there's any pain in your neck, just keep the chin tucked slightly. Inhale back through center, and as you exhale, release into forward fold. It's called Uttanasana. Try getting the palms flat. Let your knees bend if necessary. Let your neck relax. On the inhale, come to your fingertips, or you can take hands to the shins as you lengthen your spine. And with an exhale, plant the hands and step to the top of a push-up for plank posture. Aligning ears, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels into a straight line. The wrists directly below the shoulders, and the shoulders are active. I don't know if you can see me here, but this is not active, and then this is active. Okay, so we're not collapsing into the shoulders, we're actually using those muscles the whole time that we're here. Let's take a nice deep breath. We drop the knees and exhale about halfway down, elbows hugging the ribs. We take a breath in. And with the next exhale, we come the rest of the way down, pressing the tops of the feet and the palms into the ground. We inhale, head, neck, chest. Good. Exhale, coming back down. Press back to tabletop and then to downward facing dog.
From the downward dog, inhale to your toes, look to your hands, and as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to standing back bend, and then grab the right wrist with your left hand and exhale to a half moon Ardha Chandrasana, lengthening from your waist through your wrist. Inhaling back through center, switch wrists, and exhale to the other side. Good. Inhale back through center and exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift and exhale again to the top of a push-up. Now, one size does not fit all in life or in yoga, so you can decide here whether you'd like to keep your knees up or down. Knees down is about 30% easier, and the most important thing when doing push-ups is to bend your arms. So the worst thing you could do here would look like this. You bend your arms a little bit and then you flop into the back bend. Okay, you're not going to strengthen your arms at all that way. So much better to drop the knees and bend those arms deeply, because this action is what strengthens the arms. So your choice, knees up or down, but no choice in bending those arms. Let's all bend those arms. Take a deep breath, exhale halfway down, and then inhale, straighten the arms and legs for up dog. Now the knees are off the ground, the legs are active, and you're in a back bend. Okay, now if you want your knees down, then just repeat the cobra instead. As you exhale, pull both feet in at the same time and bring your hips up and back to downward dog, or you can use tabletop to help you with that transition. Good. Let's inhale to our toes, look to the hands, exhale to the front edge of the mat. Inhale up to our standing back bend. Exhale to the half moon. Inhale to center, exhale to the other side. Inhale to center and exhale as you sit back in an imaginary seat for chair pose. This posture is great for building what's called tapas in yoga, which is like a fire, inner fire. So it should feel intense. If it doesn't, bring your knees back over your heels and drop your hips even more. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release into forward fold. Inhale to half lift, and if you're able, exhale right to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale to upward facing dog, and if you're able, exhale to a push-up and bring yourself back to downward dog. In downward dog, let's bring our feet to touch, and we'll inhale the right leg up and back. As we exhale, let's touch that knee high up on our right arm, as high as we can get it, and we'll just take a breath there. And then we inhale that leg up and back. Exhale the knee to the nose, the chin, or the forehead. Breathe. Good. Sorry, that was extra actually. Let's take a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll bring that foot between the hands, drop our back knee. And then we inhale up into Anjaneyasana, which is a low lunge. Now, a few points I want you to pay attention to is the knee and foot point straight ahead, not out to the side. The knee is basically over the heel, and the hips are as far forward and down as they'll go. So I'm not back here. Okay, this is much easier, much more comfortable. Here, I'm stretching the front of my left hip, okay? And then those arms are up, framing the ears. Take a nice deep breath and exhale to the bottom of your push-up, making your way to downward facing dog. From downward dog, let's bring our feet to touch and inhale the left leg up and back. Exhale the left knee to the left arm. Take a breath. And since we did it on the other side, let's do it on this side. A little extra. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale to the center. Good. Inhale that leg up and back. And exhale as you lunge. Inhale to Vinyasa. Now as you hold this posture, try and stretch the front of your right hip and see if you can get that stretch down to your knee and all the way up to your wrist. Take a deep breath and exhale to the bottom of your push-up, making your way back to downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale to your toes and exhale to a seat. And we'll take a look at the inverted tabletop. Sometimes this is also called a crab. So what I'd like in this posture, and this is a foundation for a lot of core work we're going to do today, so really try and master this first posture. Feet hip distance, knees hip distance, and my hands are basically behind my shoulders and my fingers are facing in the same direction as my toes. So it's not this, it's like this. Now as I lift up, what I'd like to happen is have my heels directly under my knees and my palms directly under my shoulders. And then hopefully you can see my shoulders, my hips, and my knees are all aligned in a straight line. And then I can let my head be back so that my ears are also basically in line with my shoulders. Okay, so this isn't quite it. Elbows bent isn't quite it. It's up here, arms straight. Now, the thing I want to avoid is hurting my shoulders. So this hurts your shoulders. You may have to drop those hips. You may have to bend those arms until that pain goes away. And if it still hurts, then you can just skip this for today. But hopefully you find a way to do it that is pain-free. Okay, so let's come down. We'll cross the ankles and we exhale, rolling forward and to the bottom of our push-up. We make our way back to the downward facing dog. From downward dog, inhale to your toes, look to the hands, and as you exhale, make your way to the front edge of your mat. Inhale all the way to standing back bend. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, take a chair pose, and go ahead and twist to the right. Okay, so notice a few things here. My hips are down. My palms are directly between my elbows. I'm pressing one palm to the other to push my right shoulder back. I'm extending through the crown of the head, so my head isn't dropped down here. It's not way up here. Instead, it's pushing out and my gaze is up. Good, let's inhale back up. And we exhale to the prayer twist on the other side. Now notice how you're breathing as you hold this posture. Slow it down. Use the techniques I taught you at the beginning of the class. Good. Inhale, let's come all the way back up to standing back bend. And exhale to forwards fold. Inhale to half lift, or maybe this time you do this posture called Bakasana or crow pose. And then you exhale right to the bottom of a push-up. Inhale to up dog, and exhale, push up, tabletop, or straight to downward facing dog. Okay, good. Let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Tap and hold. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as you lunge. Inhale to low lunge. And then exhale, bring your hips over the left knee. Straighten your right leg out. Flex the foot. And fold over your right leg and find the stretch in the back of your right thigh. Now, if you're really flexible, you may need to take a full split, folding forward in the split. And if you're really inflexible, you may have to use blocks underneath your hands, and that's fine as well. Beautiful. Let's inhale and exhale, bottom push-up, making your way to down dog. Okay, feet touch. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Good. Inhale. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, Ardha Trikonasana. Good. Let's inhale to low lunge, deep breath in, and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to down dog. Okay, from here, let's inhale to our toes, and we will again exhale to a seat. Now, if the last inverted tabletop or crab pose was a challenge for you, then I'll invite you to just continue working on that. See if you can get it so it's pain-free. Maybe go a little further this time or hold it a little longer. Repetition is very good for the body. So the body grows in its abilities through repetition. The mind might get bored with repetition, but the body really appreciates it. All right, if you'd like to move to the next step of this exercise, then we will be adding some dynamic movement. So same alignment, we inhale up, and then as we exhale, we pull through like so. Now, if your buttocks hits the ground as you pull through, because you have shorter arms and maybe a long torso, then use 2 blocks under your hands. And again, we lift up this action, and then we exhale and pull through. Okay, so it's this sort of like a swing seesaw action, if you will. Now again, we'd like to do this completely free of pain in our shoulders or neck or any other joints in our body. And this helps us strengthen our core and what's called the posterior chain, which is a kinetic chain of muscles along the back side of your body that tend to get really weak if you work at a desk or sit a lot during the day, which is most of us. All right, good. So let's come on down. And again, we'll cross those ankles, exhale to the bottom of push-up, making your way to down dog. Okay, from downward dog, let's inhale to our toes, and we will exhale to the front edge of our mat. Let's inhale up to standing back bend. And then exhale over to the right. Again, taking this prayer twist. Now from here, I'll invite you to inhale, open up your arms, and then exhale your hands to the ground, shoulder width, or possibly a little wider. Bend the arms deeply. And if you're a beginner today, then try and place one elbow under your hip and one elbow under your knee. It should be still about shoulder width. Look forward. I'm going to turn so hopefully you can see me here. Look forward and then gradually shift weight off of your feet and onto your arms. Okay, and that's an arm balance. It's called side crow. Okay, so that's kind of an easy version of the side crow. And you may or may not be able to do that, but just do your best, get as close as you can. That's what's important. Not that you actually do it, but that you try to do it. You try your best. Okay, let's inhale back up to standing. Deep breath in. And we'll exhale over to the other side. Okay, same idea here. Inhale, open up those arms. And exhale. Now, the full version of the pose has one point of contact. So just the elbow under the knee. The hip isn't supported. So this is the real version of side crow. The other one was a kind of a beginner version. Now, do whichever one suits you. And some people, even though I call it a beginner version, some people never do the more advanced version. And that's fine. Again, like I said, one size does not fit all in yoga. So you don't have to try and be like anyone else. You don't have to try and be like me or any other yogi. Just find your own practice and do the best you can. Okay? All right, let's use an inhalation. We'll come back up to our standing back bend. And we exhale to the forward fold. Inhale, half lift, crow, or even handstand if that's a part of your practice. And then you'll exhale right to the bottom of a push-up, making your way to downward facing dog. Okay, from our downward dog, let's bring feet to touch. We inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee to right arm. Inhale, lift it. And exhale to the center. Inhale, lift. And exhale to the opposite arm. Hold and breathe. Good. Inhale that leg up and back. And exhale as you lunge. And inhale to this position. This is called a high lunge, Ashta Chandrasana, also known as crescent lunge. So front foot and knee point straight ahead. The knee lunges over the heel. This right thigh is approaching parallel with the ground. So it's coming to that position as close as we can get it. But I'm drawing my left hip forward. My left leg is straight and the heel is pressing toward the ground behind my toes. Arms are straight up and back, framing my ears or maybe even going back further. Good, let's take a nice deep breath. We exhale to the bottom of our push-up, making our way to downward facing dog. And from downward dog, let's bring feet to touch. Inhale that left leg up and back. Exhale the knee to the arm. Inhale up and back. Exhale to the center. Inhale. And exhale to the opposite arm. Hold. Breathe. Good. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And inhale to high or crescent lunge, Ashta Chandrasana. Good, let's take a nice deep breath. We exhale to the bottom of our push-up, making the way to downward dog. From our down dog, let's inhale to the toes and exhale to a seat. Now again, we are starting in this tabletop position, and again, if you're finding pain or difficulty doing this, stay with the first or second version that we did. Try and master that pain-free. But if you're ready to move on, we'll add lifting the legs. That looks like this. Inhale up. Exhale, pull the hips through and lift one leg up. Inhale up. Exhale, pull through, lift the opposite leg. Or inhale up, exhale, lift both legs. A little bit harder to do both at the same time. Good. So come on down, cross those ankles, exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to downward facing dog. Beautiful. From here, let's go ahead and inhale to our toes. And we will exhale to the front edge of our mat. Let's inhale up to our standing back bend. As we exhale, we'll bend the knees and bring the right elbow under the left elbow and join hands at right in front of our face, or you can grab opposite shoulder. Okay, so either position is okay. And then from there, inhale, right knee over left, and try and wrap those toes around if you're able. Otherwise, you can use this foot to help you with balance. Square the hips to the front of the room, and then drop down into the eagle pose. It's called Garudasana. Good. We inhale back up to our standing back bend, and we exhale to the other side. So same thing. Good. We inhale back up to our standing back bend, and we exhale to forward fold. Inhale to half lift and exhale to the bottom of a push-up, making your way back to downward facing dog. Okay, from down dog, let's bring our feet to touch. We'll inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale the right knee to the right arm. Inhale that leg up and back. Exhale the knee to nose, chin, or forehead. Inhale, lift it. Exhale, opposite arm. Good, this time kick that foot out. Drop the back heel and inhale the left arm up into the noon position if it was a hand on a clock. Lift those hips, open the heart, breathe. And that's fallen triangle. Exhale, bring that hand back down. Inhale the leg up and back. And exhale, as you lunge. Okay, from here, let's inhale up to our crescent lunge. Take a nice deep breath, and as you exhale, twist to the right. So toward the front leg side. It's not a warrior two, it's like the opposite of that. Inhale back to center, and exhale, twist. Good. 3 more times. Inhale, and each time you're trying to twist a little bit further, looking back over that right shoulder. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Inhale, come back up, and exhale, bottom of the push-up, making your way to downward dog. Okay, feet touch. We inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick it out. Drop the heel. Inhale, fallen triangle pose. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. And inhale, high lunge. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. 3 more times. Take a deep breath in and exhale, bottom of your push-up. Make your way to downward dog. All right, from our downward dog, let's inhale to our toes and exhale, take a seat. Okay, now let's see if we can add not just the legs, but the arms to the what we call a belly up vinyasa, which is that movement that we've been doing. Okay, so we bring ourselves into position, the inverted tabletop position. We inhale up, and then this time, exhale, bend the arms. Now the hips will drop a little bit, but the main action is the arms. The hips just drop because I just can't keep them lifted if I bend my arms enough. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, pull through, lift the legs. Inhale, exhale, inhale, pull. Good, just continue with that action. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. All right, cross those ankles, exhale, bottom of your push-up, making your way to downward dog. All right, from our down dog, let's inhale to our toes, exhale, front edge of the mat. Inhale up to standing back bend. Exhale into a chair, hand at your heart, and then inhale the right knee over the left, like so. Now, with the next exhale, take a twist over to the right. And just like we did in the prayer twist earlier, see if you can do the same thing but with your legs in the eagle position. So this is the twisted eagle. All right, then we inhale, come all the way back up, and exhale, same thing in the other direction. And don't be afraid to use your hands to help you get the twist. You can see I'm putting my hand on the ground for balance. That's perfectly fine if you need to. All right, good. Let's inhale, come back up to our standing back bend, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, crow, handstand, exhale, bottom of the push-up. Okay, so it is at this point that we are probably tired, we'd like to take a break. And it's usually at this point that we're actually getting the most benefit from the practice. Not when it's easy, but actually when we're kind of at our limit. So I'm going to encourage you to keep going, do as much as you can. But it's also when we're tired that we might start cutting corners and we might stop paying attention. And so we're at possibly a higher risk of injury as well. So redouble your efforts to be mindful, to be careful, but try and continue on with the practice, okay? All right, let's bring those feet to touch. We're going to inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, right arm. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, opposite arm. Kick the foot out. Drop the back heel. Inhale, fallen triangle. And exhale as your hips come down. Bend those knees and bring your forearms to the ground for the auspicious twist. And if you'd like to go a little bit further, then you're going to take your left shoulder to the ground, palm up, right palm to left palm, and press that shoulder back, deepening the twist. Beautiful. Let's straighten out those legs. Inhale to fallen triangle. Exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, lunge. Inhale, crescent lunge, and exhale to a prayer twist in a lunge position. Now, if you have long arms, you might be able to bind the leg here. And if you want to explore balance and upper body strength more, you can drop down from this position into this pose and then shoot to the bottom of your push-up and make your way back to down dog. Otherwise, just come to the bottom of your push-up and make your way back. Okay, let's bring our feet to touch here. We're going to inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, left arm. Inhale. Exhale to the center. Inhale. Exhale to the opposite arm. Kick that foot out. Drop that back heel. Inhale, fallen triangle. And exhale, auspicious twist. Okay, good. Let's take those legs out straight again. We inhale to our fallen triangle. Exhale the hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Exhale as we lunge. And then we inhale to crescent lunge. Exhale, take a nice deep twist. Again, feel free to bind at any time. And if you know your arm balances, you can come down into Ekapada Kondyanasana, second variation. And from there, make your way back to downward dog. All right, let's inhale to our toes, and we'll exhale to a seat. And then let's take a look at a classic posture that is the progenitor of that tabletop. Tabletop's a little bit easier than this position, but this is actually the pose. This is the inclined plane pose, very classic asana. So you notice now my legs are straight, they're together, and I'm pointing my toes. My hands are in the same position as before. And what I'd like to do is lift myself up. I can let my chin go back. That feels okay on my neck. And it's like I'm trying to get my feet flat to the ground. I'm trying to lift my hips as high as I can. This is Parivartanasana. Good. Exhale, come on down. Cross those ankles. Roll forward. Bottom of your push-up. Okay, inhale to the toes. Exhale, step, jump, or float to the front edge of your mat. Inhale up to standing back bend. And as you exhale, sit back in an imaginary seat. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale the right knee over the left. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open the arms. And then from there, see if you can exhale. Bring yourself down, hands shoulder width, resting the legs on the arm, and come into a eagle, twisting eagle arm balance. So it's like a side crow, except your legs are twisted up like the eagle pose, and it's harder. So even though it's more or less the same position, just because the way the legs are, it makes it more challenging. So, you know, if you aren't ready for that, maybe you try the side crow for the second time here. Again, repetition, repetition, repetition. That's how the body adapts. That's how it learns. That's how it grows. And that's how it stays healthy, to be quite honest with you. Okay, let's inhale back up. And again, we exhale into our seat. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, twist. Inhale, open those arms. And just explore. Have fun with it. Don't get too, don't take it too seriously. Good. Let's inhale back up to our standing back bend at the front of our mat. And we exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. And exhale to a child pose. Now this is meant to be a restorative, relaxing, comfortable. But for some people, it's not. So if this is not a comfortable position for you, if you're in pain, just choose another relaxing position to sit in. Try and slow your breath down. And let's finish today with the hand dance, or let's do the hand dance next. So this will release our wrists. This is great if you work at a desk or you play a musical instrument, use your fingers a lot. Inhale up into a tabletop position. And this is the first position. There's nothing too special about that. You can rock forward and you can compress the front of your wrists a bit. And then the second position is palms up. Now the more you bend your arms, the easier it's going to be, the more gentle it's going to be. The more you straighten your arms and the more you rock forward, the more intense it's going to be. So palms open really gets into the joint, the wrist joint. And then closing the fingers gets into the muscles in the forearm. Okay, next position, palms down, fingers point away from one another. This is more or less a restorative. I don't feel much happening here. It's just sort of releasing. It's like a counter stretch to the last thing we did. And then palms up, fingers point toward one another. Again, if you bend your elbows, it's less intense. Straighter elbows, more intense. Fingers open is more about the wrist joint. Fingers and fists is more about your forearms. So again, you don't have to do a whole yoga class before you do this. This is great to do when you come home from work or when you take a break from your desk to stretch your wrists and fingers a little bit. Okay, next position, palms down, fingers point toward me. And then if you rock back, there's a nice stretch in the lower part of the arm, in the forearm, and the inside of the forearm that you can get. So I enjoy that stretch. And then palms up, fingers open, again, is more about the wrist. And then making those fists is more about the muscles in the forearm. Good. Let's sit back. We'll shake out our wrists a little bit. And then from there, let's go ahead and come up into this position, a kneeling position. All right. And then let's take our left leg out to the left. Inhale, arms up, grab the right wrist, and exhale as you pull yourself into Parigasana, gate pose, stretching your right waist and ribs. Good, inhale back up, and we switch sides, same thing. Good, inhale back up, and then bringing the feet and knees hip distance. You can tuck toes if you'd like. Makes your heels a little easier to grab. This is camel. Bringing the pinkies together, elbows toward one another. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, begin taking your back bend. And if it feels okay,
Your chin can go back and you can grab your heels. Good. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, sit back, cross the ankles, and bring the legs out in front of you. Inhale, arms out in front, and exhale as you roll back. Once you get there, draw the legs in. Make a few circles with the knees. And then extending arms to the sides, drop the knees to the left as you look to the right. Let your breathing be natural. Inhale, knees through center. Exhale to the other side. Look away from the knees. Inhale, knees back to center. Grab the soles of the feet. Happy baby. Rock around on your back. Stretch your legs. Pull them apart or overhead. Stretch your back. And when you're ready, unwind into Shavasana. Feet apart, comfortably, arms out at the sides at a comfortable distance. Head centered, chin tucked in slightly, eyes closed. And for the next 6 minutes, just allow your body to rest here in stillness.